All right, boys and girls, we are on day 4 of week 13. All right, so our first problem is 147 divided by 3. So I'm going to use long division to help me with this. Remember, our steps are divide, multiply, subtract. And we just go one digit at a time. So we start with the hundredths place. There is nothing times 3 that'll give me 1 without going over. So now I need to look at the next number. What times 3 gets me close to 14 without going over? Well, I know 3 times 5 is 15, but I went over. So I've got to go back down 1. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 goes into 14 4 times. So I'm going to put 4 up here. So that's my division. Now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. I haven't even done anything with that 7 yet, so just ignore it. Subtract, and I get 2. Now I can bring down my 7, and I start those steps all over again. 27 divided by 3. Or, what times 3 gives me 27? And the answer is 9. Now we multiply. So we divide it. 9 times 3 is 27. Now we subtract, and we have 0. So we have no remainder. Our answer is 49, which is our quotient. All right, so now I'm going to do some subtraction. So I'm going to rewrite these numbers so that I can stack them on top of each other to help me with subtraction. All right, so 9 minus 6 is 3. No regrouping. 8 minus 2 is 6. So far, easy peasy. 6 minus 7 I can't do, so I'll go next door. This becomes a 6. This becomes 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. And 6 minus 6 is 0. So you should have gotten 963. All right, list the factors of 59. So we need to think of all the numbers we can multiply together to get 59. So I'm going to start with my bookends, the ones that always work, 1 and the number itself, 59. And then I'm going to go through and just start checking. Will 2 work? 2 will not work. It is an odd number. Will 3 work? Well, if I do my divisibility rule for 3, which is 59, take the digits and add them together, I get 14. If the sum of the 2 digits that I add together is a multiple of 3, that means if I skip count by 3s and land on that number, so is the big number, 59. But if I skip count by 3s, I'll never land on 14. So 3 was not a factor of 59. 4 is not, has to be an even number. 5, 6. I know 6 times 10 is 60. So if I went back down 1, 6 times 9 is 60 or 54. So that's not big enough. All right, so 6, 7 doesn't work, 8 doesn't work, 9 doesn't work, 10 doesn't work. No other number works. So when you have a number with only 2 factors, one in itself, it is a prime number. All right, let's look at the next problem. It is a word problem. It says Mr. Hamilton gave out 15 coupons per hour at the appliance show. After 2 days at the show, working 14 hours total, how many coupons did he distribute? So he worked a total of 14 hours, and he sold 15 or gave out 15 coupons per hour. So how many hours did he work each day? Well, if he worked a total of 14 hours, we could divide those hours between 2 days and get 7 hours. So I'm going to go to my notebook to help me with this. All right, so I know that he hands out 15 coupons each day. And I know he works a total of 14 hours. So I am going to draw this picture. So I'm going to draw 14 hours. These are going to represent my hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a total of 14 hours. Every hour, he hands out 15 coupons. So I'm writing a 15 in each group. Now, My equation could be 15 times 4. Sorry, let me rewrite that. 15 times 14. We haven't actually learned how to do 2-digit by 2-digit just yet. But what I could do is I could figure out one day and then add those. That would be the same for the second day, and then add those together. So let's just figure out this first group above the squiggly line. So I have 7 groups, and I'm going to do 15 times 7. Now I do know how to do 15 times 7. So 7 times 5 is 35. So 5, carry your 3. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So in one day, he handed out 105 coupons. If he handed out 105 on the first day, he also handed out 105 on the second day. Now I can just add the two totals together to finally get how many he handed out in both days. So 105 plus 105, 10, carry your 1. All right, so I've got my picture, I've got my equations, and now I need my answer. So the question is, how many coupons did he distribute or hand out? He handed out 210 coupons. Alrighty, I will see you next week for week 14.